Yo,
Yo, what is good? It is January 12th, 2021. Our boy Chris is back in the building.
in the flesh, son. I know y'all miss me when I'm back.
Bro,
We have.
Absence. You know what I'm saying? It was rough. Not gonna lie to you guys. This move was rough.
Don't worry though.
miss
You're gonna be the opening topic, so save the story. We're gonna see how it was for you, alright?
Bet.
But we're back with another episode of the Radical Soul Podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ethan. Hit that subscribe button down below.
Yo, we hit 100.
Yo, big
Keep
hundo.
getting
Big hundo.
Yo, so guys, let's get into this.
Whoa. Damn. Forgot about our bet? Okay, I'm pretty sure OKC won.
Oh, what's the bet? Fill me in.
You'll see. OKC beating the Knicks. That's all I'm gonna say.
Our game was trash. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Look at the top of his head.
So
Nice Calvins, bro.
Yeah, I gotta do this episode with my boxes on my head, but we'll get into that during the episode. Talk some NBA talk, and we gotta talk about the playoffs, bro. It's been a crazy little few days that we saw. Big weekend of football. Definitely gotta get into that.
Bet.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
So, Chris, how was the move, my boy? Fill us in.
Like I told you in the pre-call, don't nobody tell me go to Alabama.
Sweet home Alabama.
Don't nobody tell me go to Mississippi. I will never want to be in them two states ever again in my life. No, thank you. And Louisiana almost made that list, but you know what I'm saying? New Orleans saved them. 'Cause, bruh, in order to get where I was at, if y'all don't know, I moved from Tampa to Dallas. So to get to Dallas, I had to go through the panhandle of Florida, get to Alabama, then Mississippi, then you hit Louisiana, then Texas. So we drove it straight. We left at like 2:30 in the morning. We got here at like 8 at night, and we just flew. We didn't even stop to eat. We had sandwiches like in a cooler, you know what I'm saying, with water. Like we weren't stopping anywhere unless it was for gas. But bro, I tell you, dog, once I hit North Florida, like the section of North Florida, all the way until I got to to Dallas, I don't ever want to be on that part of the earth ever again. I'm sorry. Like I don't know if there's people from there listening. I'm sure there's not. But if you ever find yourself in a situation that you need to go to Mississippi, you need to go to Alabama, maybe even Louisiana, unless it's New Orleans, don't fucking go there. I'm telling you now, don't go, son. We drove through. So it kind of like Dallas is right here. I'm all the way down here. So in order to get there, we did this kind of thing, and then we had to shoot up through Mississippi. Yeah. So like the main highway in Mississippi is legit one lane going north for like 2 hours, just going through like back rural like areas. And I was like, yo, thank God we left early as hell. Cause if I'd have seen this at 9 at 10 at night, bro,
You were shitting.
it would have been a wrap. Y'all have not heard from me. Y'all have been like, y'all have been sharing shit on Facebook talking about where's Chris. Because I promise you I'd have been gone. Bruh, whatever you see in movies about these places,
Believe it 100%.
Believe it 100%. I saw shacks for houses. I saw like Confederate flags everywhere. Let's just say, just don't go there. That's it. That's the only mishap of me going to Dallas. But other than that, Dallas is straight. I live down the street from the Mavs arena, where the American Airlines Center. Right. So like the area of actual Dallas when I got here, so far so good. So at least that is all put away. At least I'll never have to be in those places again. So
thank God.
Word, bro. But
I can kind of flex like Dan now. You see all the ones there. See all that?
I see
a little bit. It's to the ceiling there. You know what I'm saying? kind of flexing. I'm gonna have to get a light in there like that. Y'all see?
But Chris, it's nice to have you back, bro. Me and Ethan have been talking a
good
lot
to
about
be
the
back.
NBA. We've been talking a lot about football without you. We've been keeping up with the game picks. I don't know where you guys want to start. Would you guys want to start with NBA? Would you guys start with football this week?
Yo, I
You
want
pick
to start
first.
with football. I want to
Okay.
start with football. I got a lot of football talk. How do you guys feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I mean, all you gotta say is Corvette, man, and we'll leave it at that.
Dog, I am so upset at myself because how many times on this podcast, like on this very platform, have I said, yo, the Steelers are not like that. They're getting bounced in the first round. And I still pick the Steelers for God knows what.
Yeah, but I think it's just that it's the Browns, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the Steelers they haven't been good as of late, but it's the Steelers. You would think
Yeah.
playoff football Steelers, they're playing the Browns because I'm telling you, I was this close to picking the Browns too, and I didn't. I was like, hey, it's Baker Mayfield, bro. He's gonna choke. So, but nah, they played really good football. But I wouldn't say they play really good football. I think they just didn't
Capitalized.
fuck up they didn't fuck up as much as Pittsburgh did. So
Pittsburgh. Yo, that first snap, for like 15 seconds in,
yeah, that was bad.
Brutal.
touchdown right then and there. I was like, so James Conner about to just do a slide dive onto the ball and just completely miss the ball. Like that's what
Yeah.
we're doing there.
So
But I mean, yo, now the Steelers are home. You got people still talking shit like Chase Claypool talking about, yeah, they're gonna get clapped up by the Chiefs. I don't think he's wrong, but
yeah, I just think they should go sit down somewhere now. After you lost like that, dog, I don't think you talk. I think you just you stay quiet and you just watch the rest of the playoffs from your house.
you have to, bro. That's the only way, shape, or form. You feel me? Like,
And I feel like it's not even Big Ben's fault though, because he had what? Well, it was kind of his fault. He had
like
5 interceptions.
Yeah, he had like 4 or 5 picks in that game.
But like he also threw 5 touchdowns. So like,
I mean, in his defense, like you were saying, you have to throw when you're down by that much. They were down like 28 zip within the first like 6 minutes, so you're gonna be forced to throw a lot more.
There
That
was
is
one
true.
play that they had it. I forgot Deontay right in the hands, and it went right through, and other dude caught a pick.
Yeah,
So you can't really play Big Ben as the enemy of the whole Steelers.
exactly.
You think it's time for him to hang up the cleats though?
I would say maybe another year, but that's iffy, dog. It's iffy. But I feel like you keep him another year or two just to have that cohesiveness going on with all the younger guys coming in, and then bring in a quarterback to replace him. But I don't know. He's looking slower and slower as the time goes by. He looks more like a brick every day.
And that running game too, that did not help the situation whatsoever either.
Nah, not at all.
What-
You
what's-
got
what's good, Chris?
no. Go ahead. I mean, interrupt you.
I was gonna say, what's the next game I want to get on to talking about?
I wanted to, since I haven't been on, I think I can request this. I want to talk about the Saints and the Bears.
Because it's
Yo.
on Nickelodeon, right?
I didn't watch that. I heard that shit kind of looked cool. I saw whatever his name is get slimed at the end of the game.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, yeah. So that I guess that was cool. Kind of corny, but I guess. I don't know. What did you guys get the backstory of that on why they did that?
He said that since it was on Nickelodeon, if he promised that if they won, he would get slimed to give it the real, Nickelodeon stamp.
Well, I was kind of asking why did they
Oh,
put the game on network?
Oh, I thought you meant him.
Nickelodeon.
Nah, I mean, if I'm gonna put my my marketing skills to use for once in my life,
Yes,
getting my
please.
degree, I think it was more of a move of we can get revenue through Nickelodeon, area 2 different places, see if we can get revenue, and also to try to get the kids to watch football a little bit more, start understanding the game, and maybe get a little bit interested in the game of football, since so many people are kind of scared to put their kids in football. And luckily there weren't no crazy injuries. Imagine like somebody getting blacked out, concussed on a play or something, like that would have been a bad look. But I think it was really just to grab interest of more fans in different areas.
Yeah. So talking about that game, that may be the last time you see Trubisky with the Chicago Bears uniform.
Most definitely, that's
Right.
been a big rumor that they might just give up on that plan.
They said if the rumor was if he didn't win this playoff game, that was it. No more chances for him. But low key, I felt kind of bad for the guy. I know y'all saw that play where he literally put it in the receiver's hands,
Yo,
like
they
hooped it, like literally
right here.
swished it in between his hands, and he just said, "No, I'm just not gonna catch that shit." I was like, "Damn, bro! Like you just got your quarterback fired."
That was the
So
momentum killer right there. Like they had a great draw up. Yo, everything was executed nice. I saw the ball in the air. I said, "Yo, he's gonna catch this," and then they just went like Chris said, right through the arms, and that
yeah,
downhill from there.
that was really bad. But that's all about that game. How do you guys feel about the Saints Bucks?
Football team Bucks.
What do you mean?
You said Saints.
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
Saints.
he was
Football
talking
team
about the
Bucks.
next game.
Yo, don't mind
Oh,
me.
the next game. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I'm talking about them playing the Bucks. I'm sorry.
Don't mind me.
I'm sorry.
We all knew the Bucks would win that game, so we'll transition to that match.
Oh yeah. I mean, we could talk about that game a little bit. We could talk about fucking Chase Young's, complete trash talking the whole time. He got shut down the whole game, but that's really the only interesting part of that. And I mean, they found AB more, which I'm sure Ethan appreciate. I say Ethan. Can't even talk. Sure, Ethan appreciates it. Since I know you like Antonio Brown, so
You heard him in the chat. He was just yelling as soon as he hit that touchdown.
yeah. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I put my head down for a little bit, and then when you hear them celebrating, but you can hear them through the camera and not directly like that they're talking,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you hear ah! And I'm like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
put my head up. I got a little scared. So
But
yeah,
Ethan,
but nah.
how you feeling about, like Chris said, the Buccaneers and Saints?
Cool. I mean, this Brady versus Breeze. This is what everybody wanted, but
Yeah.
oh man, Brady gotta lock it in. He gotta get Breeze out of there.
You know what's crazy for all the betting people out there? So they're only a 3-point favorite by a field goal. And I'm like, yo, they got smoked the past 2 times they played them. So I don't know how they're not favored by more. So if you're better, I don't know. This may be a lock. And I like the Bucks, but this may be a lock because if they beat them, they're going to beat them by more than a field goal. Because I feel like this game's either going to be one of two things. It's going to be a complete blowout and they should get shut down, or it's going to be a touchdown for touchdown.
It really depends on how they play the Saints offense. I know the Saints defense is going to be able to play the Bucks offense a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look at the last game that they played.
Yeah, it's just I forgot who was saying it. I was watching the Saints game, and they were saying it on there that the scheme that the Saints play just can stop the Bucks so well. So they could try to stop Kamara, but you still got to worry about Michael Thomas. So it's more of a game of who do you want to try to shut down more.
Yeah.
I still think the Saints are pulling it off, though. I don't know. The Bucks, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they lost the first time 34-23, and then they lost this last time 38-3. So, I mean, it's kind of big point differences there. So, let's see. I'm kind of interested to see. Hopefully, Brady pulls out that, why the fuck they brought him there for. I mean, it's situations like this that they brought him to Tampa. So,
Situations like this that they put that whole team together in Tampa.
Yeah, exactly. So, and now I feel like that it's going to be a little bit better now that they're kind of finding that cohesiveness between Brady and AB. So hopefully they can find each other more.
How do you think? How do you guys think this is going to affect Mike Evans, though? That little connection between AB and Brady. You think it has a big impact on Mike Evans, or it's kind of like, eh?
I feel like it either does one of two things. It opens the field up for him because you got people doubling AB, like the safety moving over, or it does the opposite. People, it opens the field up for Godwin or AB because they're still doubling Evans, which I feel like that's what happened this last game, to be honest. You had a lot of the guys doubling. The safeties moving to Evans and Godwin and, one-on-one with AB. That's still dangerous, no matter, what the hell's going on in his life. So
Next game I want to bring up with y'all, Ravens Titans. I was the only one to pick the Ravens. I know Ethan had his reasons on the podcast that day. Ethan, are you a little disappointed in your reasonings?
I didn't think the Ravens could shut down them in the whole second half. I mean, Henry had 2,000 yards in the regular season. Playoff time, I think he had like 50 something.
50.
He did not. 58. He just did not show up this game.
yeah, that was bad, bro. That was. I mean, I don't think he even broke 50. To be honest, I think it was less than that.
I
And
think it
he
was
still
50
had the
with a dot.
carries. Yeah, and he had the carries. He had close to like 20 carries, and he like it was just that. I watched that whole game, and that whole game looked, at least on the Titans part, that shit looked sad, bro. That looked like old school Titans, like y'all suck, because that was bad. They couldn't even get him, to break out a run every here and there. It was like literally get to the line, stop, get to the line, stop, and that was it's kind of what they based their what's called their offense off of, like that play action, running the ball, then throwing a bomb. So that didn't work out for them.
And Lamar
And
did
just like
what I said Lamar was going to do. He took off, scored a touchdown, and he carried and finally put the team on his back the way I said that, it's going to come down to Lamar at the end of all of this.
yeah, I felt kind of bad for Jit going into the game because like.
Ripping him.
Bro, there was a lot of people ripping him, dog, about how he wasn't playoff caliber, how he was gonna get smoked by the Titans. So it's good. It's good that he finally got his playoff win. So that's what's up.
Then you got the Ravens and Bills playing this week. How you guys feel about that game? Because you had the Bills just smack up on the Colts, and the Colts kind of had to inch back slowly, but it was looking bad at one point in that game.
What do you think?
How you feeling about it, Ethan?
I love the Bills too much. Like I know it's the Ravens and Lamar, but this season, Josh Allen and Diggs, they're the truth. I'm sorry. I have them going all the way.
Yeah. Honestly, I got the Bills too, dog. Like the Ravens have just been too inconsistent, and versus the Bills that haven't been consistent. I mean, they have been nothing but consistent in the way that they're playing and moving the ball, and even their defense too. Like, nah, bro.
Crazy. And I could talk as a Jets fan because I had to analyze this very closely every single week. The Bills against the Ravens is not the matchup the Ravens wanted, like, at all.
No.
Josh Allen got the arm. He could run. You got Singletary in the backfield who can give you, some like 10 5-yard runs here and there. And then you got Diggs who just ties it all together. Like, it's going to be a wrap.
Yeah. So.
Chris, anything else you want to say about that game? Or you?
I guess Josh Allen is like that, okay? I get it. All right. I'll come on the podcast and I'll say it. I was not a believer in Josh Allen. Now I got to believe, you know what I'm saying? They've converted me. You know what I'm saying? I have accepted Josh Allen in my heart.
It only took till the playoffs. It's okay. We accept
It only took, to first week of the playoffs, but it's all right.
Hey, you're a real football fan. You feel me? You want to see results in the playoffs, not regular season accolades.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Speaking of a regular season accolades, let's go to the Seahawks and Rams, dog. Who in the hell would have thought that Jared Goff with one thumb was going to come out here and wild out?
Yo, what the fuck happened to the Seahawks, bro?
A pick six from Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf getting locked up. Blitz boy couldn't get nothing going on the defensive side.
I ain't gonna lie, DK Metcalf was a very big letdown in that game. Like, I know he had close to 100 yards, but I felt like he was irrelevant. And don't even talk about, like, Tyler Lockett. Like, that's like
Who?
Exactly. That passing game was not there. So.
And to your point, Chris, I mean, you take away that touchdown run from DK Metcalf that went for, like, what, 36, 50? I forgot which one it was.
Yeah.
You take away that, and he really didn't do much in that game.
No. And I think he still ended up scoring 2 touchdowns. But, like, how I feel like, at least me, I'm used to seeing DK Metcalf manhandle fucking DBs and safeties. And I feel like it just wasn't it. They were locking him down. So
Jalen Ramsey, like Ethan said, Jalen Ramsey the truth, and I'll let Ethan talk a little bit more about that.
yeah, go ahead.
In the regular season, one catch for 11 yards. Ramsey locked him up. He did it again. Not lower stats, but he really intimidated DK to a point that he was so upset on the sideline he wasn't getting the ball. Like, it's insane how much intimidation he had.
Yeah.
You think it was more Rams defense or Seahawks offense not executing so much?
That's hard to say. I mean, that
Yeah.
Rams defense is one of the best in the league. You got Aaron Donald in the front, and you got Ramsey in the back. Like, what can you do?
Yeah, and I feel like it's a combination of both because the Seahawks, that offense wasn't doing it. I mean, Russell ended up throwing less than 50%. I want to say he threw like around 40% the whole game, and that's horrendous, dog. So with an interception on top of that. So
Remember when Russell Wilson was an MVP favorite going into like week 6?
yeah,
And
I
then
did. They were talking about how he gets snuffed and shit like that for the MVP. I was like, oh well, that's the reason.
Exactly.
So you got the Rams against the Packers. How do you guys feel about that game?
Packers, duh.
Yeah, I got
I don't
Packers.
know.
I don't see no difference. I'm sorry. You got too many people hurt, too, for the Rams.
Yeah.
I think the Packers are gonna manhandle the Rams in a way that we
And
have.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, I feel like this game either you got the number one scoring offense and you got the number one scoring defense. So like, it's gonna be interesting to see how Green Bay comes out. How whatever they're gonna use to kind of get on the board. So let's see. What were you gonna say though?
I was gonna say this is a different scenario. It's not Chris Carson and DK Metcalf. This is Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones playing for a contract. Like that's not a good look for the Rams at all.
Yeah, no.
Even switching the Rams offense compared to Green Bay defense, you think they can handle it?
Nah, bro. The Green Bay defense doesn't get enough credit. The problem is everybody sees them putting up so many points that they like forget that Green Bay's defense is actually pretty good. So I still don't believe in Jared Goff. I mean, you take away the defensive touchdown from the Rams Seahawks game, and that game's a lot closer. So
it's true.
I still don't believe in the Rams offense enough. That's my problem with the Rams as a whole.
How do you guys feel about Devontae Adams, Jalen Ramsey matchup?
I think Adams cooks him.
Yeah,
I think
that's tough work for him right there.
I think this is the game that everybody looks at Jalen Ramsey and goes, "Yikes!"
Yeah, and just to be honest too, Aaron Donald might have a tough time with that O line because I know the Packers got a couple of pro linemen, so that's not going to be a good look. So
it's going to be a fun game. That'll probably be the best game of the week, in my honesty.
It is.
Because I think the Buccaneers and Saints can be also, but depends.
No, I feel like
that might be the worst game of the week.
Yeah, honestly. I thought the Chiefs were playing a D2 team. All right, I'll stop hating. You
need to chill, bro, because if the Chiefs choke because of you, Chris, making all these jokes, I'm going to be very upset because I don't like
that's your team. I'm sorry.
You're a Chiefs fan. I'm sorry.
You're a Chiefs fan.
I'm trying to see this. Trying to see this championship for the Chiefs. Nah, honestly, I'm trying to see Le'Veon Bell get a ring and then do whatever he wants after that. But I don't know. I really don't see the Browns pulling off that upset, dog. I really can't. Really, really can't. The Steelers was more reasonable, but this game, like, if they pull off that upset, the Browns are going to the Super Bowl. Or the Bills at that point. Like, I'm trying to see the Bills. Chiefs.
Then you'll really be happy if the Bills make it.
Bro. Last week I wanted the Bills to lose so bad, but I was like, yo, realistically, this is not happening. Like, it's not at all. Being a Jets fan, gotta love it, man. But
oh man.
We were able to watch the college football playoffs last night, and we watched Alabama completely obliterate Ohio State. Watching that game due to the Jets having the number 2 pick and looking at potential pieces that the Jets can maybe get. So,
bro, can we talk about the wide receiver that was out there with a fractured ankle for no reason?
Yeah, Waddle, yo,
Waddle. Yo, he was literally like they were up by a lot, and he was still out there hopping around. I'm like, yo,
yo,
are you fucking kidding me right now?
dragging
Like,
his leg around, bro.
he's literally like running routes, and he's like fucking like I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on.
Showing some heart, bro.
I guess, but it's like you're up by like 3, 4 touchdowns. What does it matter at that point? You're gonna get drafted, bro. Like, I don't think you got to show any more heart. Calm the fuck down. Sorry.
That's honestly why I brought up the games. I want to see your guys' take on that. Ethan, how you feel about somebody playing with screws in his ankle in a championship game, looking like his leg was gonna fall off the limb?
Bro, you gotta sit him down. Like, I don't know what they were
Yeah,
thinking.
that shit was bad, bro.
It was bad, bro. But yo, talking injury, let's get into this NBA talk and get a little bit into why I'm wearing freaking boxes on my head right now. First, let's start off with the elephant in the room, COVID. Yo, the NBA had to send out new protocols for COVID. People cannot dap up on free throws no more. You can't hug people before and after the game. They want people on the bench wearing masks 24/7. You can't be in the locker room for more than 10 minutes. Like, what you guys think? You think the NBA got to just shut this down for a little bit and let people become negative and then keep it running? Or, well, what's your take here?
As a fan of the NBA, and seeing that they make millions of dollars, I'm gonna say no. Keep fucking playing. No, I'm just joking. That was kind of rough, but I think like it's definitely good to see them take some sort of precautions versus the NFL that literally every week had like 10 COVID cases and they're like they in the room. Nah, all right, let's go. Yeah, y'all niggas got COVID. Y'all niggas got COVID. Nah, all right, we finna play. Let's go. So, I mean, I feel like honestly, it may be one of the kind of the same gist as the NFL, like that next man up mentality. So you may see people that you haven't seen before because now they need what at least 8 people to play.
Yeah, 8 people, and if it's under 8, they have been postponing the game. Like we've been
Postpone the game,
in fantasy, which Chris is probably gonna clap me up because I got like 5 players with COVID right now. But
bro. Who you telling, dog? I had to switch so many people up like in my lineup because of injuries and postponements and stuff. I'm like, wow, like that's the reason why Ethan beat me last week. Thank you, Ethan. Appreciate it.
Ethan, how you feeling about this season, bro? I know me and you were talking a little bit about it earlier, but what's your full come together now?
It's hard. I mean, you can't do a bubble because there's 60 games left. Like, you don't want to make a bubble within that time frame. And now with these rules, I don't know. I wouldn't cancel per se, but there's 4 teams with 8 players that have COVID. So at least take off like a week or 2, get them back in track, and then go from there. If it gets worse, then you might have to just call it quits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, like you were saying, 60 games on a bubble is OD, and that's without counting the playoffs. Like, imagine another minimum, let's say 20 something games in a bubble, 30 games in a bubble. Like that's 90 games in a bubble within a year. Like that is insane. So
That is a lot.
yeah, like I think Ethan said, if you don't see it getting better, you're gonna have to just say, yo, this week we're gonna postpone all games, and we're just gonna realign them in the schedule and see if we can get this back on track, because they were handling things pretty well, and then out of nowhere this started happening. Maybe because you got people like Kyrie out at parties and stuff. But
What are you talking about? He was throwing his sage for the good vibes. Come on now. That's why he was at the party, bro. What you thought he was doing? Come on, bro.
so we got 10 minutes left. Let's get into the Kyrie stuff real quick. How you guys feel about Kyrie, just not saying nothing to his coach and some teammates and just disappearing off the face of the planet, and then you see a video of him like at a party?
Well, I don't know, dog. No, he sure ain't gonna be playing for a minute. They said he might miss the rest of the week, right?
For sure.
Depending, yeah, for sure. Like depending on the NBA
Whenever
investigation.
he gets back, he needs to take off like another week from COVID protocols and stuff. So it's rough.
I'm fucking tired of Kyrie Irving, dog. I know I'm not the only one that feels like that.
Oh no! When I saw that yesterday, I was like, "Yo, thank God the Knicks didn't sign him because if the Knicks signed him, it would have been like 100 times worse with the media coverage." So thank the
Yeah.
Lord that we are not going through this right now.
God. What you think, Ethan?
I think just going like by you just said, like we're kind of sick of him. I'm sorry. Like his tactics this year is just it's COVID. Like just follow protocol and do what you gotta do. The whole no media, getting fined, leaving the team. Like I'm just not understanding. It's only been 8 games.
Yeah, and like Ethan was saying before about the birthday thing, it was his sister and his dad's birthday same week. If you want to take off, cool. Just be straight up. Yo, I'm gonna take off. It's my family's birthday. Like it's been a rough year. We gotta celebrate life because we never know. Nah, he just disappears and doesn't say nothing. So, gonna see what happens when he gets back.
Wow. That really puts Steve Nash in like a weird, how can you say?
Predicament.
Like, yeah, kind of, I want to say predicament, but like hump as a coach. Like you're a first-year coach, and you got this fucking knucklehead of Kyrie Irving. Even if he just said, like, even if he's just going to go to his, he wants to spend time with his family, but just doesn't say anything. Like, it's just like, all right, bro. Like, as a first-year coach, that's not a good predicament to have a player like that on your squad, especially during, shit like this going on with COVID. So, I feel like you're not looking out for your team at that point. It's like, he's just very selfish as a person, in my opinion.
Going from what you're saying, how do you feel about KD's side? Him playing by himself now?
I mean, like he's got to do what he's got to do. So, I mean, I think he hasn't really said anything about Kyrie, correct? He's kind of reserved his
At that point, you're just pretending he's hurt in your head, and you're just like, I'm gonna play by myself. He's injured, whatever.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Have you guys seen any difference, at least play wise?
He's been looking good. He hasn't shown signs of concern. Only concerning thing really is the cast around him just being on and off a lot. Besides Karis LeVert, he's been pretty consistent, but others have been kind of shaky here and there.
Yeah. So let's see. I mean, they're definitely with answers like that. I mean, can you call them and even close to a championship team? Like people were putting them up there. Nah.
Bro, at one point the Knicks had a better record than them. I don't want to hear nothing. And we had a really rough schedule until we lost the last 3. And Ethan smiled. I saw that. Ethan, you're not low. You want to get into it, E? No, come on, get it out now for the next 6.
Please.
What was it? 97-88. I think the final score was.
Bro, I don't remember. All I remember is I was just sitting there and I'm like, yo, why would I say it's gonna come down to shooting and this is the reason why we're losing right now? It came down to shooting.
Randall was bad shooting. RJ, Austin Rivers, it was just everybody. Like we had y'all in clamps the whole game. It was so weird.
Oh man,
that's why I got some Calvin Kleins on my head right now.
I hope they're clean, right? You did wash them.
I made sure to wash everything before this bet went down. I'm like, yo, knowing me, I'm gonna be wearing these boxers because the Knicks just happened to lose things like the Thunder, but beat the Bucks. It's just the most Knicks thing. I was like, you know what? Let me go wash my clothes, dog, because I'm not trying to. Like, I need to make sure these are clean.
How do you guys feel, or at least Dan? How do you feel about Austin Rivers? Do you feel like he's starting to take a little bit more of a front seat, or is he still on that back seat?
I think he's definitely a number 2, number 3 option on this team. I think him starting yesterday against the Hornets threw him off a little bit because I know people say you gotta adjust to that. But I think Julius Randle's still your number 1 on this team because he can get the assists, he can get the scoring, and a lot of people like to double team him a lot, so he could kick it out. But Austin Rivers, I need him to step up and be that number 2, number 3 when Alec Burks back. But I think Austin Rivers can pull it off because he's shown moments of just being able to torch a defense, but then nobody else on the team can shoot, and then they just press up on him, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, at least RJ Barrett's showing up too, so that helps him out.
Yeah, he's been struggling with the 3-point shooting, but he can at least show up in other areas. That's the bright side of it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, bro, it's been rough, Chris. It's been. It
rough. Has been. I've been catching games every here and there, and it has been a little rough. So.
We were looking so great last week. Literally about a week ago, we was over here talking crazy about how the Knicks could maybe make a play-in spot. And Ethan, after you guys beat us and seeing how the Knicks are looking, you still think play-in is possible since you're outside looking in?
I think it is. Going by the team altogether, you guys don't have your rookie in the first round.
Yeah, Toppin's still
Um,
out.
I still feel like Quickly should deserve more minutes, but I know Austin Rivers kind of threw that about, and you still got Peyton starting.
Don't even get me started over Peyton. Let's just breeze over that and keep going.
Okay.
Like, I don't even want to get into that.
I think if you guys figure it out all together, I mean, Tom Thibodeau has been good coaching in my opinion. Mitch looks good. Everybody looks good. I say that 7th or 8th seed, you guys can get that on lock, depending how the Magic play. Wizards have been 2-8. I mean, you have teams in the East that are not looking good at all.
Yo,
Yeah.
so last 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's get into that real quick. Do the Raptors and Wizards have to hit the panic button? They're both like 2-8 right now, and I think the Raptors are 3-7 or 3-8. Yeah, Raptors are 2-8. Washington's 3-8. You think it's time for them to hit this panic button and maybe start looking at things to do for the team, or what's your take?
I say no for both teams, to be honest. Still early. I mean, they're not getting blown out per se. They are still having close games, at least that I've seen from Toronto, because they are the Tampa Raptors in my head. But they haven't really been getting blown out. The margins haven't been that bad. So I don't know. That's for me. What do you guys feel?
I feel like they gotta do something for the Wizards at least. Like I feel like Beal is unhappy with their defense. They said they couldn't guard a car.
You said they
And
could have
then
got a park card. Oh, that is hilarious.
Like you can't get any worse on defense when your teammate is calling that. And yeah, you gotta change it up. Either center. Now they lost Thomas Bryant. They gotta figure it out.
How do you guys feel about Russell Wilson?
Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry, the W's, bro. The W's. I'm sorry.
I can't tell you how many times a month I do that too sometimes. But since I have him in fantasy, I can talk from personal experience. It's been a little frustrating because this games where he looks like the old Russell Westbrook from OKC, and then he got other games that he just can't get nothing going, and I feel like it's because the team around him, because Bradley Beal, is a big focal point, and it'd be a little rough for them. But him sitting out on the back-to-back games has been killing me, dog. Like, they want to rest him because he had, like, a hamstring injury, and then he got a quad injury, and now he's out for the week.
I was gonna say now
So
he's got a quad injury, right? Isn't he out this week?
yeah, it's been crazy, bro. It's been wild. But I think Westbrook will be all right. They just got to get some cohesiveness between the team.
That is annoying.
It really is, bro. This fantasy season is rough, but, hey, hopefully it'll finish. Less than a minute. We'll leave it at that. Chris, welcome back. Great to have you back, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Great to be back. All right, great
Ethan.
to be back.
Great seeing you as always, and we'll be back here on Friday with another episode.
Yes, sir.
All right, bros.
Sure.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.